Welcome to the 2020 Touchdown Club, 37th year of the Touchdown Club. And kind of an unusual year this year, but nevertheless. And now a new president, Chris Sullivan. Come on, man.
I appreciate y'all for joining us today. A lot of y'all that came to the annual banquet remember mid-March was when we had our recognized Wren for their accomplishments, state champions, and you knew something was coming. Like it was coming our way. And I think it was a week later, schools closed. We were thinking it was maybe for a little bit. Turned out to be the rest of the year. Proms canceled, sports canceled, everything canceled. So our board got together in June, and we had a meeting, prepare for everything, kind of be ready for it. And at the time, I don't think anybody at the board meeting knew a single person that had COVID in June. Not a single person. We met again a month later in July. Everybody knew 10 people that had experienced it. So that quick, it kind of took over and changed our lives. And I think it was even Kirk Herbstreit that said in July, I believe, that he didn't see any way that college football had a chance of existing this year with what was going on. So the fact we're at opening day and have made it is an accomplishment in itself. And I know these coaches have had a rough time dealing with the stops and starts of everything. But the way it's going to be this year, just to kind of lay it out for everybody, I think it's a seven weeks that we'll be meeting here at noon. So we have to RSVP. Thank y'all for coming. We're going to get started. We got the pick'em contest with Kevin Selman coming up.
Really, the only change this year is we're going to have 7 meetings instead of 12. In the past, we have, if you were here for every week, we'd let you throw out your worst 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it was. This year, since we're only having 7 meetings, your best 6 are going to count. So you got one mulligan in there. The other change is this year is if you're not able to attend for any reason, you can email me your pick sheet. Next, you'll email those out every week, and you can email them to me. As long as they're in my inbox Friday before 5 p.m., I'll take them.
Man, I'm glad to see y'all. I don't know, I'm ready for some ball, some bad jokes. This has been a horrendous year for me. And so I'm ready for a break.
So now we'll get to our typical first program. Let the coaches each say a few minutes about their program, what they're looking for this season. We're going to start off with defending state champ from Wren, Jeff Tate.
Thank you. Do appreciate the opportunity to be here today. To our Touchdown Club and what you mean to all of our county coaches and to our kids. I can't say enough good things about being involved here. This is my 13th year at Wren, and as always, it's exciting to get started in football. I know that football is going to look different. I know that our meetings are already look different. This is the smallest crowd I've ever seen at a Touchdown Club in Anderson County. Our fans, the numbers are going to be different. Having to wear a mask is different. I mean, there's so many differences. Thank God the game of football hasn't changed. We still got a block and tackle. And finally tonight we get to kick it off. And we look forward to this season. I keep getting reminded by folks that we're the defending 4A state champs. We're not going to defend 4A because we're not 4A anymore. Okay, so that won't happen. More importantly, we don't have the same guys we had last year. I wish we did, but we don't. But we do have some good young men that's going to be playing. It'll be a fun group. Don't know that we'll be as successful as we were last year. Time will tell. But for the most part, I think the young men that we have in the program that are returning, we thankfully returned 8 guys on defense that started for us last year, and we've got some young men that have worked hard, like all the kids do in our county. I think that's one thing that's been noted, that we've got as good a county as anywhere in the state of South Carolina. I would take the kids in our county, and I guarantee you they could compete with anybody. And I think we've got some of the best coaches in this area. And I'm thankful that I get to be involved in it for my 41st year in education and coaching. Now, yeah, I know I look that old. I'll take it. But I'll say this. I still am excited about the opportunity to coach young men and work in the area that I grew up. And I look forward to this season. I do appreciate the time being here, and thank God that football's finally back.
Good luck, Coach Tate. Congratulations again on being state champions last year. Coach Fraser, we love you, we appreciate you at BHP. We've been thinking about you, okay? So God bless you, Coach, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah, we've been thinking about you. I've labeled this year as the weird year because everything has been weird. Going from 9 kids at a time to the phase 1.5 to phase 2 or whatever. It's just been, everything's been different. But one thing I can say is my coaching staff, my players that I have at BHP have been amazing, amazing. I've been at BHP 21 years, okay, and 11th year as head coach. And I haven't seen a good group of kids perform and execute. And I'm not saying how good we're going to be by no means, but our motto at BHP is to be the best that we can be. But hey, we're excited to play football. We're still going to run the football at BHP to the best of our ability. We're going to try and play defense, okay, the best of our ability. Going to throw it here and there. Anxious to get this year started. We're very excited about it. Got 46 kids on the varsity and about 40 kids on the JV. Numbers are down by about 20 to 25 kids, but you know, I think everybody in the state's numbers are a little bit down. We're very excited. It's been off to a pretty good start. You know, when you sit here and think about it, if we got to start August 1st at the same time, we've been with helmets and shoulder pads just 3 weeks, folks. We're playing a football game. Everything's been 100 miles an hour. You know, we went all summer, for many weeks without even a football, and then you go full speed. Then you go to the next phase. Then you wait for the next phase, and then just this will be our 3rd week, full pads, and you know, getting after it and seeing. So everything's been 100 miles an hour, just the way it is. I appreciate your touchdown club. Thank you. Good job. Look forward to being back.
So I know sometimes people are reluctant to change, but I thought coming into 2020 we had this little motto that 2020 was the year of clear vision, perfect vision. And I hope through COVID, I know it's taught me and our community a lot, that I hope it's taught us that it's God's plan, not ours, because it's actually thrown things into uncertainty and chaos, but out of that comes, I think, turning people back to the things that really matter, you know. Being able to spend more time with your family and focus on what really matters. And you know, they talk about, you know, football being all year-round business, and it's a rat race and keeping up with Joneses and 7-on-7 and practicing all summer and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of been refreshing to me to kind of go back old school. It's kind of like when I started in the game 26 years ago, you know, working with small groups, taking your time, having kids, you know, that are multi-sport players, and you're not trying to turn high school football into a business. So it's been, you know, I guess I want to concentrate on the positives of COVID. I think COVID's brought out a lot of good things that I've seen in our community. We started back in March, and you know, we've been able to serve and give and do and go and load buses and feed people and go to homes and donate money and do things that I think we try to do through the game of football. However, it's gotten to be such a business that we forget about that stuff sometimes. So it was refreshing to me to be able to do that, and I think it brought our community, our kids, our school closer together. As far as our team, COVID or no COVID, this is by far the best group I've ever had since I've been at Westside. I think we're right where we belong now in 4A. I never thought we really belonged in 5A those years. Never complained about it, but we was the 3rd or 2nd smallest 5A school in the state. Got the best group of human beings, you know, maybe not as much talent, but just kids of high moral fiber and character that care about their parents and their academics and their families. And I think during COVID, you know, we've made videos and jumped through hoops and loaded buses and you name it, we've done it. But through it all, I think we've come really, really close together. And I hope that in a world of chaos and uncertainty, we can somehow be a light to all and glorify Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Thank you guys for allowing us to be here and having this great opportunity. Thank you for the Touchdown Club and what you guys do. Thank you, Miss Nancy, for what all you do. You know, as of right now, we're shut down. We're shut down till October 1st. It's a very surreal moment. It's the first time in 16 years that I had to go home at 4 o'clock or 4:15 after bus duty in the fall. So it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough on us. It's tough on our players. I felt like we were doing a good job. Had some things going. Had some momentum. But unfortunately, it struck, and we, like Coach talked about, as far as when it hit, and after that, it just seemed like the dominoes were falling left and right. Who was around the kid, how many minutes, and just all this other stuff that we have to answer questions to. But, you know, overall, we're excited about the year. The kids are still upbeat. We have 7 seniors, we've got 6 juniors, we've got 19 sophomores, and 23 freshmen. So if you look at it like that, I think our program's heading in the right direction. Next year, I'll add 21 or 22 more freshmen to our program. So I think we're heading in the right direction. I'm a little nervous about it because we scrimmaged Palmetto the other night. They blocked the punt, took it to the house. Last time that happened was last year at Westside. They blocked the punt, took it to the house. I think we lost the 8 next games in a row. So hopefully that won't happen this year. But I'm proud to be a Tiger. I'm proud to be here. And I appreciate you guys having me. And go Tigers. Thank you.
I think biggest thing I've learned during this time, I mean, it's you can't count on anything being normal. And I'll give you an example. You know, I think we probably changed our schedules multiple times. We had our schedule at Powdersville, we thought was figured out, JV and varsity. Just last Friday, I got a call from a good buddy of mine, Kyle Stewart, who's a head football coach and AD over at Liberty High School. He said, Robert, you got a problem. Hey, you're going to be mad at me, but we've got to cancel with you week 6. So we play our first 5 games, they're going to be region games, week 6 and 7, non-region. So what's going on? He had 2 kids that tested positive. And just like that, it doesn't affect just his team, but it affects another one. It's just like Sheldon and Crescent. You know, it's going to affect another team, and if it affects one, it's like a trickle-down effect. So, you know, I'm just scrambling trying to get games, and luckily I was able to find an opponent. But that's what you can't count on anything being set in stone. Other thing is, I probably feel more like a nurse. There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel more like a nurse these days than a football coach a lot of times. And I appreciate the staff that we have at Powdersville High School, the kids, because they always do a tremendous job of listening and being coachable and following every direction to the T. But our coaching staff is young and eager. And I'll be honest with you, maybe I've held those guys back the last few years. You know, just trying to control so much. And if COVID's done anything positive for me personally, is in this profession, it's helped me lean on my other guys on our staff a whole lot more. And they're doing a tremendous job, because there's times where, since we're the first time we've ever split the JV and varsity groups, having 2 separate practices, I've got to duck down there and take temperatures. I got to do this, and I want those guys to be able to coach. So I feel like I've delegated more responsibilities, and trust me, they're happy about that. And I think that's one thing that's helped me grow as a head coach and them as assistant coaches. But we've got good things to look forward to at Powdersville High School. The last 2 years have been a little bit of a struggle. You know, we won 1 game 2 years ago. Last year we won 3. And you don't ever want to tell the kids that. Okay, that man, it's going to be tough. But as a coach, you've been around the game a while, you kind of saw it coming. The first 8 years of that school, we were mighty blessed with the talent we had come through. That started to recycle. We've still got some young guys, but those guys who were forced to play up their 9th and 10th grade years, now they're juniors and seniors, and it should pay off. But once again, appreciate everything Touchdown Club does. Appreciate you seeing some new faces, because I'm tired of seeing the same old. And best of luck to everybody up here.
Thank y'all for having me. I'd like to reiterate what the coaches said. You know, we really appreciate what y'all do for high school athletics and sports, and how y'all recognize the players. You know, just like everybody said, it's been different. I've talked to near about everybody on this stage at some point. You know, hey, how are y'all handling things? Hey, how are y'all? One thing COVID's taught me is you can't plan for everything. I really changed my leadership style through all this when it hit in March. Just trying to find ways to connect with the kids, because it's all about relationships, you know, and just trying to find ways to reach out to them. So, you know, not unique. I'm sure these guys did the same thing. I'm still kind of young in my head coaching journey, but, you know, I would go out, I'd videotape a message every day and send it out to the kids and the parents, just so they got to see and hear from me every day. It was 2 or 3 minutes. It was an encouraging word of the day. And again, I would tell the parents, hey, this is what your kid would hear in first block weight training every day, just so that they would know and actually get to hear from me and see me and things of that nature. And I had my coaches, we divided them up, just like I'm sure Coach Earley and these guys did as well, divided them up, and we had coaches calling them weekly and just checking in on them with grades and things, and we just really had to adapt to the changes that we had. And fortunately, we were able to come back in June. But then again, it was totally different. You know, we don't like the condition, and I don't like to run and things like that. Well, shoot, that's all you could do in phase one. You couldn't touch a ball. You couldn't. But you had groups of 9, and so you couldn't run, you know, plays or do anything like that. So we ran, and the kids showed up. We were able, you know, fortunately with the rules, we had 8 separate facilities, and we were able to bring 72 kids on campus at one time to where we could have some sessions. So we really did a lot of changes, and I was talking to a couple of coaches the other day. You know, the big thing that you're going to see that kind of suffers is special teams. You know, when we got to put the groups together, you know, nobody put the punt team to work out together. You know, nobody put the kickoff team to work out together. So, you know, those kids are you know, unique and do different positions. So you work your running backs out, or you work your offensive linemen out, but you won't work your special teams out together. So it's you have to be patient with a lot of us up here early on, because there's going to be a lot of mistakes made by the kids. But before I sit down, I want to say I just appreciate the leadership of our school system. Because if you'd have saw the kids work out today, knowing it's game day, I mean, and see the light in their eyes and just how excited they were for today, we didn't think this day was going to get here. I mean, most of those kids didn't have a clue, and they were just so excited to do their little game day lift today, and it's Friday, and I told them just to enjoy it, because we don't know if we get one next Friday. And so I really appreciate, you know, the vision and the leadership for District 5 and all these Anderson school districts. To allow us to come back face to face, you know, if they were comfortable enough. And we really enjoyed it. We're not going to take anything for granted.
Just want to say a thank you to everybody once again for the great job y'all do putting this on. And, you know, I really don't know how in the world y'all put this together, you know, like you did. I pretty much almost gave it up. We were going to be able to do it, and I saw that email from Nancy. Matter of fact, I'd given up on it so much that, you know, I kind of tossed it up and said we're not going to be able to do it. And my mother, you know, she's 84, has to go to the doctor about, you know, 3 times a month. So we went ahead and scheduled it this morning, so I didn't know if I was going to get here or not. Luckily, I got her in and out to be able to get here in time. But just, I applaud you for the hard work and what y'all done to get this together to try to recognize our kids. Just always know we appreciate that and what y'all try to do for everybody. I told Coach Shaw, I might have told everybody up here just about that I talked to regularly. I think I've quit about 100 times already over the last 3 weeks, and it doesn't have anything to do with football. It's all about ticketing and how you're going to sell tickets and how you're going to get people in the stands. And I don't know if y'all know, but the high school league sent out a document on guidelines for how you had to seat people in the stands and limited capacity. I know I spent a good part of 3 weeks counting seats and putting out seat decals and setting up online ticketing and answering the same question 100 times to people about how to buy tickets. You know, that's my biggest thing that I've taken away from. That's been the hardest part with the coach part from my job, that standpoint. My coaches have been great as far as taking on responsibilities and staging kids and, you know, getting them into the building, things that y'all probably just don't even think about. Them going in the locker room and get dressed. You know, they can't all go in there at one time now. You know, you got stage when they go in. We have different areas we have to set up. Coaches have a lot more supervision duties now than they have in the past. Our guys have done a great job taking on that responsibility and understanding that's a necessity for right now. Our kids have been great. We may not be the most talented team I've had since I've been at Pendleton, but I will say this: overall, it is the best bunch of kids I've had. Our numbers are down, kind of like what Russell said. We're down about 25, 30 kids at least. We've got about 64, 65 JV and varsity together. So I think we dressed 26 last night for the JV. We'll carry 35 tonight when we go over to VHP. Kids have been great. I think if you ask anybody up here where you want to be right now, I don't think anybody up here would tell you they are. I think watching the film and evaluating what we've been doing, we've only been in the past 3 weeks. It's been a lot to try to process, but I have to, you know, give credit to our kids and our coaches, because they have done an outstanding job in a very short period of time trying to get ready to play a game on this Friday. You know, and our word so far this year has been opportunity. You know, because right now, if you'd asked me in July if we were going to get to play, I probably would have told you, no way. I probably told some people in here I didn't think there's any way. So we're going to approach every week as a new opportunity and just thank God that we're actually getting a chance to play this year. We returned 4 starters on defense. 5 on offense. We got a lot of new faces, a lot of kids that are going to have to, get some experience on Fridays. So we're definitely going to be in a learning mode, on Fridays, and hopefully that we will continue to get better week in, week out, and be a whole lot better by, game 5 than we're in game 1. We just got to make sure we get through the region schedule at the beginning. Thanks everybody, appreciate it. Good luck to all y'all, except you.
Guys, I appreciate it. Just kind of piggyback off of what these guys have said. COVID has definitely sent everybody for a loop. We've had a little bit of a fortunate time, I guess you could say. We actually have more players than we've had the last few years. There's not much to do around Pelzer and Williamston, so they've decided they're going to play. So, but that's a good thing. We have 40 kids on the varsity, we have 41 kids on the JV, and we've never had those numbers. So that's a positive. Our kids have done great, just like these guys. They've been in attendance. They've worked hard, and we're looking forward to a good season. I'll tell you what I'm worried about, and Robert probably is too. We're over here in Anderson County. We're rocking and rolling now. But again, our kids have done a fine job. Really, really, really good job. We're up to where I have 2 kickers. That's amazing in itself. So we got a little bit of competition. We have a lot of depth. We've never had the depth that we've had, especially in the skill position. And, we only returned, we lost a lot. We lost a good bit from last year to graduation. And, I think we have 4 returners on offense, 4 starters, and maybe 4 on defense. So we got a lot of new faces in there, but again, the depth that we've been able to pick up, and have some more kids has been a blessing. So we're looking forward to it again. We thank you guys for everything you do. And again, when Nancy sent the email, I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this, So again, it's day to day. You just don't know, and so I'm thrilled to be here, and good luck to all of you guys throughout your seasons. And Anderson County football is really good football, and so I'm proud to be a part of it, and look forward to like Russell said, coming back hopefully, and hopefully we do some good things and we get back over here. So, but again, thank you guys, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. Let's give all these coaches another big round. I think we've got the best group of high school coaches in any county in the state, and they always do a great job. And to tell you the truth, you guys y'all got it made this year. It doesn't matter how bad a year you got, you can always blame it on COVID. Well, good luck to all y'all tonight. Look forward to seeing everybody.